Good evening, guys. Happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I woke up this morning fully convinced that it was Monday. I woke up and I was like, my dad's at work. I was like, Jack's probably asleep because I knew he was up late last night, like playing video games, and actually woke me up. And then also too, my mom woke me up for some weird reason. Like, I didn't even go to bed early last night. I mean, earlier for like me, but I didn't go to bed like early last night. But I was really tired from getting up yesterday to go to the grocery store. So I end up going to bed and like I hear Jack making noise next door and I can hear him. And so, you know, like as I was playing video games, so it was just being kind of loud. So I finally fall asleep though. And like in my TV, I have it set on a timer so that it will go off after like an hour, I think. Literally, I had just probably fallen asleep because my TV was still on, so I hadn't at least been asleep for an hour yet. And my mom comes in, and like, I vaguely remember her asking me something. She was like, Kayla, can I use this for dinner tomorrow? Or something like that. I don't remember at all what she said, or like something, it was something about food or something in the fridge. And I have actually no clue if it was real or not. And I forgot to ask her today, like, did you come in and ask me that? But I am like completely convinced that it was, but it also might not have been. Like, but I don't even remember actually responding to her. I just remember like her coming in, opening up the door, asking me if, like I said, whatever she wanted to use, and I thought that it was like something that was in the fridge, or I don't know. This was like well after midnight that she had come in, and I thought she was already asleep. So like that's why it's weird to me that I'm like, did she really? Or was that just like, did I like just start dreaming and then kind of wake up and then like fall back asleep and thought that I had actually woken up because she'd really come in my room and asked me something? Or like, I don't know. And like I said, I totally forgot to ask her today, so that'll be interesting tomorrow to find out whether or not that was actually real or if I was just like dreaming. I was like not in that like completely asleep yet kind of phase of sleep, and so like I just felt like it was real and it really wasn't. It happened to me too one time when I was little. I was convinced that I ended up like throwing up, and I woke up and I was like, I didn't throw up, like, but I convinced myself that I did, and like it even sounded like I did. I have no clue though too, because the dog was in my room, if he was like hacking up like a hairball or something like that. But I was completely convinced that it was me that threw up in the middle of the night, like when I was like really little. And then again too, and like I'd thrown up like on the floor or something like that. But then when I woke up, I didn't. There was nothing in my room, like, and the dog hadn't like thrown up either, so I have no clue. But like that happened to me too one time. I remember, to this day I remember it, because it was very like, I still was like, am I sure that I didn't? Because I'm pretty sure that I did. But nope, I didn't. But anyways, when I did actually wake up though this morning, what was really this morning, I had no clue that it was Sunday because it was so quiet in the house. Jack ended up sleeping in like insanely late. My mom was also asleep because she was either up really late last night, possibly also, or also too, I don't know if she's feeling that great today, because I didn't see her a lot, so she was either upstairs, like just, I don't know, upstairs, or she just wasn't feeling good today. But like I didn't hear her downstairs either. And then on top of that too, my dad was just like being really quiet. Like I never heard him like during the day either. So I was convinced that like he was at work and today had to have been Monday, and like my mom was just busy like working upstairs or whatever, and like Jack still wasn't awake yet or like something like that. I didn't realize it was Sunday. Completely, I had no clue. And like I said, it didn't really, like, it took me a while to be like, oh, today's Sunday, because again too, I'm like, well, there's no football today, like, so I was thinking, oh, it has to be Monday. And also too, because like we went to the grocery store, but even though we went yesterday, I kind of thought that it was Sunday, so I was like, oh no, today has to be Monday. And it was just really bizarre because it took me like probably a good like 5-10 minutes before I actually realized that today was Monday. Or I mean, today was Sunday. Today was not Monday. Anyways, tomorrow is Monday. But The other thing too, guys, that is kind of exciting is that spring training starts on, I want to say it's either Thursday or Friday. I think the Cubs play, and I am so excited. I'm so looking forward to spring training, and baseball being back. It's just like, once baseball and spring training's back, it's like, it's finally spring. Like, and also on top of that too, it's been really nice out. Like, well, yesterday was insanely cold, and Friday. Those were 2 days that were really, really cold, and now it's supposed to be like 50s, almost 60s one day. I think it's supposed to be like 55 as a high, or 59 as a high one day, where it's going to be like really close to getting into the 60s. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's nice. And again too, it's only February, so like I'm kind of fully expecting still like winter weather, which is like whenever this happens, so it's like, oh, we get this little taste of it like being spring, and then all of a sudden it's like in like April we'll have like 30-degree weather and it'll be snowing, like, but we get like nice weather in February. It's really weird. So like, that's why I don't like that to happen. I'd rather just like have winter come gradually, like, again, to let the cold be now and then let me get this kind of weather in April. I don't want the cold weather we were supposed to get in February in April. So anyways though, that's exciting. That is finally, we're gonna feel like, you know, it's gonna be spring soon, just because the weather, and then baseball's gonna be back. And I watched the NBA All-Star game today, because again too, there's no football on, like, you know, now that that's over. And also too, now like baseball will be back on, like, but it's still like, there's not like one single event. Like, again too, there was no like hockey on today, or, you know, like, or even like, I think there was hockey on yesterday during the day, but like, you know, it's just like, there could be a basketball game on, you know, there could be a hockey game, there could be a baseball game, but normally once baseball season, it's like there's a baseball game on every day, whether it's on during the day or at night. There's a baseball game pretty much almost every single day. Normally, again too, your team plays almost every single day. It's not like even with basketball and hockey and stuff like that, there's hockey and basketball on every day, but it might not be the team you root for that plays every day. So like, again too, if the Bulls aren't playing, I might not be watching hockey. It was kind of weird too, because I was like watching the NBA All-Star game and none of the Bulls players were there, so it was just like, okay, you know. I mean, it was cool to watch. I feel like the best like all-star kind of like, you know, like game like that, like compared to like the Pro Bowl or like all-star games and stuff like that, I think the best is actually baseball. I think that they're the ones that probably try the hardest and like give the most effort, whereas athletes don't really seem to play very hard for like the basketball, or I mean, I feel like they kind of do in hockey, but it's not as intense, like, you know. And also to football, it's like nobody tries for football. So I think baseball, for me, I like the all-star game for baseball the best, only because I don't know if I'd say it's like that engaging, but it's just like it's the same level of competition, I think, as like a regular game or a playoff game and like that kind of stuff too, if that makes sense. Whereas like the Pro Bowl is definitely not, but like football, they play flag football, it's not tackle football. So it's not the same level of competition for the NFL in the Pro Bowl, you know, as it is in the Pro Bowl. But you know, a regular season, you know, like NFL football. So anyways though, guys, yeah, like I said, that's gonna be soon, which is exciting, and I'm looking forward to it, because like I said, it makes it finally feel like spring. But either way, I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.